stream it later. I'll stream it later. Touch up some stuff like a few this, that, and the third. Kind of get some sound
I got you.
changes,
I got you.
just to check
I'm
everything.
with you. I'm with you.
But well, I guess it's first camera I'm gonna talk to. But good afternoon. Well, good
Yeah,
morning,
we
everybody.
got that. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. I'm sitting now with obviously here, Mr. Mayor Benjamin Cranford. So first off, from Rayvon to Benji, congratulations. I mean, I know it's not just a small feat just to become mayor of your town, but so first things first, congratulations. And how does it feel to be a mayor?
Thank you, Rayon. I'm getting started. It's feeling pretty good. A little bit of chore, but we're gonna make everything work.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, yeah, no, for sure. I can only imagine. I can only imagine what it is like stepping in and just even the simple day to day life of it gets a little.
Learning new
whose was
things
it?
and just learning the ropes and what people's used to and what they hadn't been used to.
Right. Yeah. And so, just to go over like a small bit of your bio, man. Most people do already know who you are already, because I mean, obviously you're the mayor.
Yes.
If they didn't, you probably wouldn't have made it here. So, tell us a little bit about Benji. Where were you born and raised at?
I was born in Thomson, raised in Thomson. Been there all my life. I got four boys. One, three of them graduated. My youngest one graduate school this year.
Right.
Two of them run their own business. One of them going to college to be a lawyer, and the youngest one, he'll probably go to work with my two oldest boys.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Absolutely. And so, how does it feel? Per se, what in your younger life got you prepared to be an entrepreneur? Because that's what you were before you were mayor, of course. So what made you who was the person, who was your mentor then that kind of got you to that point there?
It was a whole lot of people, not just one. Just, people. I've had a lot of good friends. And a lot of people helped me throughout my
So
years.
step up a little closer. I'm sorry.
I said, I've had a lot of good friends. A lot of people helped me. I worked at the feed store for years. That was a lot of, I learned a lot of things there. It's been a lot of people that's made me be the person I am.
All right, well that's great, man. So first off, I always love hearing when I ask someone who helped them out that you mentioned more than one person, because a lot of people have this like alone feeling, and like they feel like they can't do anything because their family isn't the greatest and this, that, and the third. But I feel like my family wasn't the greatest situated in a lot of different forms, ways, and facets. But it wasn't my place to complain. It was my place to fill in those spaces. You know what I'm saying?
And when you're young, it don't matter if you live the best youth or the worst. I wouldn't change my young life for nothing. It was, good and bad, but I loved every bit of it.
Oh well, that's great. I'm glad you have no regrets there. That's absolutely wonderful, because I don't think that's a way to live.
I mean, that's where you learn life.
Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so I guess first off, to get to the and you're already working on something like this, to get off to our first matter of fact, my first question is going to be more towards the entrepreneur side of it. Yeah. So how many businesses have you been have you opened, started, or like how many times? And also, you got very reputable from your business, and most people know who you were. Yeah. So how many times did it take for you to fail before it actually took off? Because nobody talks about how many times you stayed up till 5 a.m. doing blank and blank. Nobody talks about how many sleepless nights you have.
Well, it ain't about failing. It's about, you just have to work every day on, because if you don't work, you're not going to succeed. And, when I started, I was in the trucking business. Mm-hmm. And then it got slow, and then I changed and started paving, and got back in the trucking. You just, if you look in the head, you'll know when shit's gonna go wrong. But you always just got to. You don't look for tomorrow. You look for 6-8 months ahead, because that's the way I've always done it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think planning for the future is is extremely important. And so I think that would definitely come in handy with you being our new mayor. And so I know we got a shorter time, so beyond the entrepreneur side of things, you've already been kind of working on something along the lines, but obviously I'm just giving you the platform to be able to tell the people. What are you working on that's going to bring Thomson as a community together, all facets of people from all different parts of the world in Thomson, Georgia?
Well, my son Benjamin, he's been wanting to deal with the movie theater, so we worked the deal out 6-8 months ago with Miss Mary Dozier, and we purchased the movie theater. So we're trying to get that going. Got to get through some fire marshal stuff, but I'm hoping to have that up and going hopefully by July of this year.
Hopefully by July
and
this
that's
year.
next little, that's one of the little things, and it's just something that I remember going to the movies. It was always fun to me, and then I had a couple of ladies said, "Well, darn, we missed the movie theater." And I said, "Damn, you just all these little things it's in your mind, or it was in my mind." And then you hear two or three other people, and I said, "Dang, we all kind of thinking the same." So that's kind of what made things go off on that deal.
Absolutely. Well, so first off, I think the movie theater was a great idea personally. Because like you said, I went to the movies a lot when I was younger, but it was also something. It was also something nice that we had to do that wasn't, involving anything too crazy.
That's you just go sit down and relax, and you spend 2 hours, and you can just forget about the world and watch.
Absolutely, and just watch something new, watch a premiere. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on. But it's an absolutely exciting thing to see some different thoughts and different stuff going on, and I really want to applaud you at the moment because you come here. You're a new face to the politics side of things, and I'm just Rayvon, and I'm just and I'm just Rayvon, and it was so easy for me to see you, and I knew for a fact that whether you were the perfect guy or whatever it may be, and which I don't think there is ever a perfect guy. I think Jesus has been gone a while, so but you were outside there on the day of the elections, and I know you probably had to pass by a few people who did look at you kind of crazy, people who were on the opposite side of things. But I love how bold you were about it. And people can talk all they want to, but when the police get together and all of these people who run their mouths don't come to the police events, what exactly can we do? Exactly. My next question would be is since you're already kind of an entrepreneur and you've already been managing people over the years, what kind of management style per se would you say that you have that's going to work with these few people, different clerks and different people around, that you're going to be able to work with them so well to get such an amazing job done?
I learned you don't micromanage people. If it's their job to manage someone else, you let them manage them, and then you manage that person. And when they're not doing their job, you go to that person, not jump in front of the. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Following the chain of command is extremely important.
Because a man's only is no better than the people that he puts around him.
That's right.
If you don't have good people in place, because one person don't know it all and one person will never know it all.
Correct.
So you got to have other people that you depend on to make you great. That's just the way I've always done it.
Yeah, and so I just thinking about it last night when you had called me, and I thought like there'd be so many things that you could pull over from that side of things. Like you've managed. Not only have you managed, you know what I'm saying, you've owned a business. So that means that's telling me you've managed for a very, very, very long time.
Say if you had a person in charge, if they have to call me to make a decision, they don't need to be in charge. You need to support them in decisions they make. If they make a bad decision, help them with the bad decision. If they make a good decision, that's what they're there for. But every decision not going to be a perfect decision.
Correct. Yeah. And I love what you said there, because that was actually one of my favorite managers thing. His name is Matt Bryant. Big shout out to him. He showed me a lot about management, how it worked, and how you can make it work for you as well as work for everyone else, and everyone can get their opportunities. Because if you ask me to supervise this roadway and I keep calling your phone, like, how well am I supervising? You know what I'm saying? But he always told me that just hey, you just got to watch yourself. You got to be a stand-up guy. Watch your temper, because I'm behind you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm behind you no matter what. You are now under me. I've put my name above you, and you don't work for me. We work for each other.
And if something happens, he always support the person that you put in that place. No good, bad, that's just what you got. You can't never throw nobody under the bus.
Absolutely, yeah. And so last night, I got that phone call from you, and to come see you this morning. Yep. And I was very excited, so I had to move some things around. And I
appreciate that.
Yeah, yes, sir. And I got to my second job, and I started working there and trying to get some things situated. And it's about 10:30, so I didn't get off till about like 1 a.m. or something like that. And then I'm on the way home, and I stopped by Raceway to get some gas, and I seen somebody inside. And I decided to ask them the question. I was like, hey, you don't know who I am, but I'm going to sit down with our mayor tomorrow. What exactly concerns you, or what are you excited about for our mayor? And someone already said something about you. The lady's first question was kind of like she kind of brought it down into a leadership thing.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly do you think you're gonna bring to the table that's different than our other leadership per se? Because I mean, personally, I've already seen some stuff, but you can go ahead and tell me what you think.
Just bring everybody together and just lead together, not lead in groups. I mean, everybody needs to lead together. You know, if you start getting different groups, everybody has, everybody just right here together.
Yes, sir. And like even just a second ago, I was overhearing you talking with her, and I love the questions you were asking because I know the job. I mean, I know the job is brand spanking new to you.
Yes, sir.
And so at this point in time, I mean, your job is almost 24/7.
Yes, sir.
At this point. So how do you plan on balancing life as well as now you're becoming a mayor? Like, do you think from over the years of running your own business that you've managed to keep your relationship, you know what I'm saying, with your kids and family and everything quite intact, as although you're a very busy man setting up an amazing thing for your kids and your family?
Well, when I started running for mayor, I talked to my boys, and they're at the age that, and they're comfortable with it. So we still get together and things good there. And like the city manager John, he's doing a great job. So he does the day to day here, and me and him done got pretty good. And then Miss Lucretia, the lady that was just in here, so they are filling in the voice. And then all I have to do, just like I said about leadership, they're doing great for their part. So it makes my part a lot easier. Like when she brought the stuff in here to sign, I just asked a few questions. She was right on what needed to happen.
Yeah, and I was about to say, and I love that y'all were talking as if y'all knew each other already, which is absolutely fantastic. And I love to see it. And I thank you for stopping down and sitting here talking to me today. And just for y'all guys, Mr. Cranford here has already offered for me to come back and swing around and come talk to him some more. And so if y'all have any pressing or concerning questions, anything super direct about what we can do or what you got for him,
just let them direct to you, Rayon, and we'll do it again one day next week or whatever.
And that's the thing, and I love that about you, because you know what I'm saying, you were willing to sit down and talk, and whether we disagreed or agreed. And I do got a question. Did you make the phone call to help out our police or something? Because there's been way more GSP and way more.
We got us a new chief. He's probably doing his job.
Well, that's great because Officer Lucas, and he'll probably be visiting us sometime. Yeah. But when he approached me the other day, and we were talking about some different issues, concerning the community at the moment of time being, and I love whoever made that phone call, though. I'm down for them because don't get me wrong, I'm not entirely 100% behind what people are being policed and jailed for in America totally nowadays, especially concerning cannabis. If you want, if I could like bring it into a general area, but I love the fact that there's more help here, because he was explaining to me just the other day, like, hey, I did not know that they got the most phone calls in the CSRA. No surrounding county. They might see worse things happening, but they get the most phone calls. And I wasn't aware of such thing. And I'm so glad to see that they do have people coming out there to help them, because it's like just because they became a police officer, they're public enemy number one all of a sudden.
But they shouldn't be.
Right, yeah. My issue is how do you fix how do you continue to help, which I think Denquan has already taken a large step forward. How do you continue to help us get back in love with Thomson, get back in love with our country per se? Because right now, man, it feels like I do more time for burning a different type of flag. You know what I'm saying?
Well, just when you disagree with somebody, that don't mean you gotta hate them. You just agree to disagree, and don't. I may not agree on some, just like you said, we may not agree on some things, but that's not gonna make me be upset with you or be upset with your friends. I may have a friend you don't like. That don't mean that you shouldn't like me. But too many people think that way in this world, my opinion.
Yeah, it's a and then also I think what it is especially nowadays it is the news that for the most part that has diversified our country so much.
And the news, just my opinion of the news is, don't matter what channel you watch on news, just turn the volume down. And you watch it and you get your own assumption because they all show the same pictures. They just spin it the way they want me and you to believe it. And anytime you believe something believe what you want to believe, not what somebody else tells you.
Right. Yes, sir. And oh man, yeah, it should definitely be that way. It should definitely stay that way. And I think becoming more educated so that you can be able to vote properly and do certain things is very important. And I don't think news channels are doing us a favor right now.
No, they make their money off of people's failures, bad things in this world, and they make things that go wrong that shouldn't. They make things a whole hell of a lot worse than it should be. Mm-hmm. They don't ever report on the good things. You look at like when the weather, it's going to be snowing, and they ain't never saying, well, that's a beautiful sunny day, let's go have fun.
You're correct. I think they've come to the point where they're like brainwashing us, and it's almost like as if we're not supposed to be together.
But I think a lot of people just like that. A lot of people just love doom and gloom. I guess their life is, if they're happy being miserable, let them be miserable. Let us happy people be happy.
Exactly. And that's the thing that's absolutely surprising to me is that a lot of my generation, we're talking about mental health a lot. A lot of people think like being depressed is like a personality trait or something now. And I'm like, why is that? Like has no one ever told you that you wearing depression ain't nothing but you seeking attention?
That's exactly.
That's all it is. And don't get me wrong, I know I need a hug sometimes too. Yeah. But
don't drag nobody else down.
Yeah, don't drag nobody else down. Yeah. That's it. And and I see we're closing in on our time, man. Okay. And I love what we got done today so far, and I love what we've got to talk about and everything. But is there anything before I come back or anything that you have to say before we head out?
I'm good, Ray. Like I said, if your people get in touch with you, don't know more, you get us a list, we'll do it again just whenever you're ready.
Okay, absolutely. We'll get that done. And and I'll be sending this over to you, you know what I'm saying? Right. And y'all let me know if you got any questions concerning with our wonderful mayor over here, and hopefully we can be the median and we can find a middle ground, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason to yell and argue and insult people when at the end of the day we just want people to be okay. And I think you agree with me there that yes. I'm so tired of hearing, like I don't even like hearing the words anymore, Republican and Democrat.
Other people shouldn't judge people off of another person's opinion. Use your own opinion to judge someone. When you hear, well, this so and so. More people judge people off what they hear other people say about them, and they don't even know a person.
Exactly.
That's terrible.
Oh man, yeah. No, I had a situation that I was handling the other day, and a young guy texted me, and he was like, "Hey man, what's your problem with me?" And it was just some personal, simple junk going on. Yeah. And me, I like to be a man about stuff, so I told him, I was like, "Bro, you don't stop texting me. Just come see me." That's right. Yeah. Like, come see me in person because I don't even know you. Yeah. We don't even know each other. We haven't even sat down and talked, and now we're finna start off with an argument. No. Yeah, leave it alone. God, no. You know what I'm saying? But thank you for your time today, man.
Thank you for coming. Appreciate
Absolutely.
It,
oh, yeah. And I'll be getting back to you. Thank y'all for stopping in one more again. It's been Mayor Cranford.
Thank y'all.
I've been Ray Vaughn. Y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you.